Every time I do a Mahjong episode, my viewership triples. Okay, I don't even look at those numbers, but it is time for everyone's favorite, there's way too many of these genre, Mahjong. My quick count is that there's about 25 Mahjong games on the PC Engine. And when you consider that the library is half the size of the Famicom, in terms of proportions, the PC Engine library has the same percentage of Mahjong as the Famicom has baseball. Now, the good news for you is that after this, I think that there isn't another Mahjong game for almost a full year on my schedule. The bad news is, that means there's going to be a lot of them packed into the back end. Strangely enough, I've actually already talked about Mahjong Goku. When I documented the Famicom Disk System library, a port of the computer game was released there. But as viewers of this channel know, if you see the word special on a title, then you've got a port that added something. And in this case, I think that Mahjong Goku Special changed so much from the original Mahjong Goku that it's not really the same game. The big new addition for Mahjong Goku Special is a full story mode. The original computer game and Famicom Disk System game just had some vague theming around Journey to the West, but now you're actually playing out the story. From the perspective of video games, Journey to the West is the most influential of the classic Chinese novels. It could be summed up very briefly as the story of a monk's journey from China to India in order to retrieve Buddhist scripture. But really it's an episodic series of adventures with a whole adventuring party, and foremost among them is Son Goku, otherwise known as the Monkey King. In Chinese it's Sun Wukong, but I'm dealing with a Japanese game here and the name is part of the title. In the opening chapters of the book, Goku gets in a lot of trouble, and after causing too much mischief, Buddha pins him underneath a mountain. He gets freed in order to help on the quest for the scriptures. And in Mahjong Goku Special, that means playing a lot of Mahjong against the people you meet along the way. Now, if you don't want to play through the full story, then there's also a training mode where you can set up a match against any of the characters in the game. There is a small interface quirk with Mahjong Goku Special. When you're playing and you want to take any action other than discarding a tile, you hit down on the D-pad, and then only the ones available to you will appear. This is also how you can see how many tiles are remaining, though that information isn't especially helpful. You can always tell just by looking at how many tiles are visible on the table. Mahjong Goku Special is not a popular game in Japan. The only person I found who had anything to say about it called it plain. They also mentioned that there's a bug in the final battle of the story mode that prevents you from scoring as much as you should, but I couldn't confirm that. I'm nowhere near good enough to be able to get to the last battle here. My own take on Mahjong Goku Special is, it's a perfectly functional Mahjong game. The story mode cutscenes are nice, but it's something that every Mahjong game has these days. And then there's nothing else here that stands out. You've got portraits of the characters when you score, but there's no interaction between them. Mahjong Goku Special doesn't seem to have any real personality to it. It's a bare-bones, functional Mahjong game on a platform where you have too many choices for Mahjong games. Even for Mahjong enthusiasts, I don't see how this would thrill them.